The Illuminati and New World Order (NWO) theories focus on the idea that a hidden, powerful elite operates behind the scenes to influence or control governments, economies, and societies on a global scale. According to these theories, this elite group, often described as a shadowy cabal of wealthy families, powerful corporations, and influential figures, works together to establish a unified world government, manipulating events and policies to fulfill their agenda. The end goal, proponents say, is to create a new world order where they can exert control over all aspects of human life. The Illuminati's origin dates back to 1756 in Bavaria, Germany, when a group called the Bavarian Illuminati, led by Adam Weishaupt, aimed to promote Enlightenment ideals and challenge the influence of monarchies and organized religion. Though this group disbanded by the late 18th century, it became the foundation of many modern conspiracy theories. The theory goes that although the Illuminati as an organization supposedly dissolved, its ideas lived on, influencing a secret network that allegedly persists today. Believers claim that over time, this hidden network of the Illuminati evolved, attracting wealthy and powerful individuals who pursue an agenda of world domination. The term New World Order (NWO) is believed to signify the ultimate goal of this elite group. In this future vision, a single global government would rule over all nations, eliminating national sovereignty in favor of a centralized, authoritarian regime. Conspiracy theorists suggest that this goal would bring about a world where personal freedoms are curtailed, technology is used to monitor and control people, and society is structured to favor the elite, while the general population is kept in check through surveillance and propaganda. The idea of the NWO became particularly popular in the late 20th century. During this period, historical events and public figures started fueling suspicions when former U.S. President George H.W. Bush referenced a New World Order in a 1990 speech about international cooperation post-Cold War. Conspiracy theorists took this as a sign that global leaders were publicly acknowledging the movement toward one world government. Over time, various political and social events, from the formation of the United Nations and the European Union to economic institutions like the World Bank and International Monetary Fund, have been interpreted as moves toward consolidating global power in the hands of a few. Proponents argue that this cabal works by manipulating events to gradually change the world. Wars, economic recessions, and social movements are sometimes seen as engineered crises meant to create fear, division, and chaos. For instance, some believers argue that wars in the Middle East or financial crashes are not random or merely the results of bad policy, but are calculated steps to destabilize societies, making populations more willing to accept changes in government authority or even military control. Problem reaction solution is a common phrase in these theories, where problems are supposedly created by the elite so that people will demand solutions that grant them more power. Various organizations are often pointed to as instruments of the NWO agenda. These include groups like the Bilderberg Group, a private annual conference attended by political and business elites, the Trilateral Commission, which aims to foster cooperation among the US, Europe, and Japan, and the Council on Foreign Relations, which seeks to shape foreign policy. Some even extend these beliefs to other groups like the Freemasons or Skull and Bones, positing that these organizations have secret agendas and rituals tied to the Illuminati's goals. However, the reality of these groups is far less mysterious, as they mostly consist of political and business leaders discussing economic or diplomatic issues, though the lack of transparency fuels suspicion. The rise of digital communication and social media has only amplified these theories, allowing them to reach global audiences. Major historical events like the 9/11 attacks, the 2008 financial crisis, and more recently, the COVID-19 pandemic have been framed by conspiracy theorists as part of the NWO agenda. In these narratives, the responses to these crises, such as increased surveillance, new laws, or global health mandates, are seen as steps toward implementing a one-world government. Critics of the Illuminati and NWO theories argue that they oversimplify complex global events and ignore the genuine challenges faced by governments and institutions. The concept of an all-powerful, unified elite controlling the world is often seen as unrealistic, given the differing interests and conflicts that exist among nations and corporations. They argue that while elites certainly have influence, the idea of a global master plan lacks credible evidence and tends to rely on speculation rather than facts.